How we doing,
Hey,
sir?
hey, I was jamming to that intro, man.
I know, man. That intro is hot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Intro is
sir.
hot. How's
What's going
everybody
on,
doing?
sir?
Hey, you got it, sir. Hey, man, we're gonna start this thing off. You guys just experienced a little weather situation down there, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, kind of
We
fill us
just
in, man. I mean, is everything all right down there?
things are looking good. The neighborhood took a hit. Our whole area took a hit. They said it was like tornadoes, but I think we just got some real bad straight line winds. Got a lot of trees down. Electricity went out.
Okay.
Walmart and all those gas stations and things are out. In my neighborhood, particularly, there's some trees down, but I don't think there was no injuries that we know of right now. But
Right.
storms are passing through here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know, man. We were just getting set up back in the green room and everything, and you told me that, man. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We're not immune to the storms.
I know. The weather's pattern been crazy all over, and you
Yes,
see
sir.
this
Yes, sir.
storm.
And,
It's
Oklahoma got
yeah,
hit with all them tornadoes this the other day,
yeah,
man. So
yeah.
it's just terrible. It's
It's
terrible. It's terrible.
snowing in some areas and
Yes,
heavy snow.
yes,
Typically,
yes,
I'd be
yes.
riding out there in those areas right about now, man. But I'm like, woo,
I saw
Flagstaff.
one of the riders that was at the RTE, was up there in Colorado, got caught in the
Mhm.
snow. Somebody, she's, I can check it off my checklist, but I did not meant to do this. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
man.
weather's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But hey, man, we got a good one for y'all tonight, don't we, sir?
Yes, yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yes, we
I
do.
was
Yes, we
anticipating
do.
this right here.
I
Yeah,
know. I know. It's so
yeah,
much to it, man. There's so much packed to it.
yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah.
thing is, man, this is part of my family, my extended family, man.
Uh-huh,
These are
uh-huh,
like family
uh-huh.
to me.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Hey, Sharif, how you doing? Hey, man,
Reed,
take care of my nephew out there, man. Uh,
DJ FX.
DJ FX. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I
Thank
was
you. I can't
jamming to
thank
the
you
music,
enough.
DJ.
Yeah. Kodak, most hated, man. Come on in here, bro. Come
Yeah,
on
that's
in
what they
here.
call him, man.
Hey,
I don't hate him.
man.
I don't know
I
why
don't
he
hate him.
thinks
I don't
I
hate
don't
him,
hate
man.
him.
Yeah, I don't hate him, man. Tina Lightfoot, how you doing? We're doing great. We're doing great. Come on in. We're gonna let a couple people get in here.
Hey,
We're
Miss
just talking.
Lightfoot. Good to see you. Good to
Yes,
see
yes,
you.
yes. You know, I got out this weekend, man. I headed down there to Serviville, Tennessee, supporting
Oh,
the
okay. Okay.
supporting the Hockey, man. We Eric Bosquell, Big John Levin, all those guys, man. We came together and
Uh-huh.
we had a fundraiser for a bar down there in that area that suffered some damages from the floods and everything, man, from the storms.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
did really great job. And then at the same time, we did a farewell toast to Paco, man. Uh,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that was really special deal coming there to kind of celebrate Paco. Um, you know, he impacted a lot of people, man. He really did.
Yeah, and I just remember following him. What's going on, Lavish? I just remember
Yeah.
following him doing when he was doing the whole hey.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yes.
yeah, Joe and Bev was there. They
Yeah.
got their swag bag. Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh, they
sir.
got it. They got
They
it.
got
They
the
got Hey,
swag
look, I'm about to
bag.
ask. I saw the swag bag. I saw Solo put
Solo.
our podcast sticker in it, and he threw his "Go Solo, Go."
Well, you gotta send me some. You gotta
I
send me
gotta,
some,
I gotta,
brother.
I gotta send y'all some of these, so he can put those in the swag bag too. I got a whole stack of these jokers right here.
Hey,
Yo,
man. Yes, yes,
yes, sir.
indeed. Yes, indeed. But look, man, without further ado,
Let's bring
wait
them
a minute,
on.
wait a minute. I'm
Uh-oh.
looking in the green room. I don't think they're ready yet.
They not ready yet.
I don't think they're ready yet, man. I don't
Y'all
think they're
hold y'all
ready yet.
seatbelts. Or is that hold your seatbelts or buckle your seatbelts?
Buckle your seatbelts.
Buckle your seatbelts.
Hold
I
your
said, hold your
seatbelt.
seatbelt. Hold your seats and buckle your seatbelt.
You must be from New York.
Look here, y'all. I'm not
Yeah,
even
they
gonna
don't
pronounce
buckle up
other
there,
city
man.
names because Solo done got on me by how I said a city he ain't even in. And one of my church members said the same thing. I'll be saying Raleigh, North Carolina. And they're like, what you say? How you pronounce it?
What you talking about, Willis? Raleigh, man. Raleigh.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
But
Come on
yeah,
in, guys.
man.
Come on in.
Yeah.
How are they looking out there in the green room? They putting their makeup on?
They put the makeup on, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. I see JR smiling. I see you. I see you in the green room, fellas. But hey, man, another day I bumped into this well-known podcaster, man, Traveling Tall.
Yes.
He's a good guy, man, cool guy. We briefly chopped it up a little bit. He was curious about the Hoka motorcycle challenge. He said he had never heard of it, so I kind of gave him some information on it. He said he was going to look into it. So Traveling, if you are watching this, man, I appreciate the time. I appreciate the photo op you extended to me, and I gave him one of our patches. I gave him one of our stickers, one of my stickers, man. I got to get some of yours. And real cool guy.
I can send them to you.
Guy. Yeah.
I met Tall when he came to Dallas. I rode with him from one Harley-Davidson to another. You know, chopped it up with him and everything. It was pretty good. He's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I think they're ready to go. So look, we're gonna bring. Hey, Crowbar, how you doing? Oh man, stop that, man! Stop.
I was doing my drum roll, man. I was doing the drum roll.
We don't need no drum roll. We don't need no drum roll. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's happening? What it do?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Hey, family. Hey, Fit to Ride. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Oh man, we're happy to have y'all here. We've been anticipating this show ever since conception, man. We thought about it, said, man, we need to get a father-son team, find out about first generation, second generation, third generation, and bring them on. And nobody else crossed my mind but you two, man. You two guys are doing it.
Well, I appreciate the invite, and we both happy to be here and be part of this podcast tonight.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
All right.
Hey, so
you tell them what the title of the show was.
Say what, Logic?
Did you tell them what the title of the show was?
Go ahead.
It's called Passing the Torch. I like that. I kind of like that. I didn't come up with it. I just like it.
Hey, folks, man, listen, we're going to have fun doing this show, man, because it's all about uplifting and inspiring others, man. That's what we do here. We uplift and we inspire others to get out there and do it. And we share knowledge and information. And we're looking for that unsung rider out there. Might it be 1, 2, 3 family members, and we want to bring them on to kind of highlight them and give them their moment to shine and share their journeys with us. And that's what the Thomas is going to do tonight. So without further ado, looking at you two, well, we just lost them. But we're gonna get them back on. Don't worry. Hey, folks, it happens like that sometimes. This show is live.
Technology, man.
Technology, man.
Yes.
We're gonna get them back on. Dre, how you doing, sir?
Dre.
Right.
Oh, Kodak said he need his shirt. We gotta do a raffle. You can get a shirt.
Hey man, listen. For the first 10 episodes, get a shirt.
This is the 10th episode.
That's right. Everybody else, listen, man. My boss is on me, man. My boss is like, mister.
Yeah. I know. I look. I bought 2 more big monitors, and I need 1, 2. I need 2 more, and they like, look. How many monitors do you need in there? There they go.
Hey,
how you doing?
I can't stop with electronic stuff, man. It does what it wants to do sometimes.
Okay. Look, we're gonna go ahead and get right on to it. Hey, look. So we're gonna hop right on to this thing, man. Left or right. Introduce yourself. See your first ticket and go.
Yes.
Introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Marvin Thomas, aka T.
All right. And and T, you are affiliated with which organization?
Viper Unit Motorcycle Club out of Albany, Georgia.
Okay. Now, are you a founder of that organization by chance? One of the
Yes, I am one of the founders of the organization.
Okay. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. And that's another thing that we're going to cover this episode is how now you've passed that torch. And JR, if you would go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
All right. Hey, my name is Marvin Thomas Jr., also known as Little T. I'm the vice president of Viper Unit Motorcycle Club here in Albany, Georgia.
All right.
Okay.
The VP.
All
The
right.
VP. So Dad's still the president?
No, not no more. Our president here, his name Outlaw.
Okay.
Good deal. And so now you're down in Albany, Georgia. Is that correct?
Albany, yes, sir.
Albany, Georgia. Okay. And that's what, south of Atlanta?
South of Atlanta, better known as the Good Life City.
The Good Life City. Okay.
Good life.
Okay.
Good life.
Right,
living that good life.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, they got it going on down there in Georgia, man. I love it.
Hey, yeah.
Yes, sir. But gentlemen, what we want to do tonight is we want to highlight you too and basically tell your story. T, I know you are a second generation, correct? Senior?
That's correct. Second generation. I had some uncles in my family that rode, and it kind of inspired me as a little kid coming up, and I moved forward and been had a two-wheel passion ever since.
Right. Where was that at? As far as statewide, growing up?
Statewide, growing up, I'm from Macon, Georgia.
Okay. So you right there in home turf right there.
Yeah.
Good deal. And so you've been riding for years now. I know because, and folks, let me tell y'all a little bit about the connection that I had with the Thomases. Senior there, we were both stationed in Alabama. We stationed at Fort McCullough, Alabama together. And I had an old TL 1000. And the yellow bandana, man. But listen, I had some Two Brothers exhaust on it. And when I put that old high octane fuel in it, man, it was blowing blue flames. We'd be riding through the city, through the little towns and city, man. This thing was blowing blue flames out about 3 feet long, man. T said, I ain't riding behind you with that thing, man. You're blowing flames out of
it. Light up the night,
man. You've been a cowman. I remember you were a cowman down, man. Tell us about it.
Yes, sir. I'm Mr. Kawasaki, and I stay homage to the Kawasaki. I don't disrespect or disown any other motorcycle because a motorcycle is a motorcycle. But my preferred is a Kawasaki.
Right.
I met Ksolo. He had that yellow banana, and I think I had the GX11.
Yeah.
Candy Wine GX11.
Sure did.
Kawasaki. It always comes down to it. Just motorcycle talk. You know how it is. Who we riding across rocket. You got the Suzuki lovers. You got the Yamaha lovers, the Honda lovers, and the Kawasaki lovers. And whatever made brand out there, it might be out there level, but it always been a power struggle between Kawasaki and Suzuki.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. When the Hayabusa came out and started cutting everything off.
Well, they had to because the Kawasaki was so strong they couldn't have anything to beat it. The GSR 1100 was a 750 was outrunning it. So they had to come up with the Hayabusa in '99. But lo and behold, 2000 came about. Woo! What happened then? Here comes the GX12. Boy, look at him! It changed the things.
It changed the game.
I just want to share this part. I just want to share this part right here. And then we can move on to the show because you get me started about Kawasaki and get passionate. The Hayabusa came out, but in the AMA in the league that Ricky Gasson raced in, I don't think a Hayabusa never wore number one band on it. But Kawasaki did.
I have to give it to him because he's right. When T talk cow talk, people listen because he knows his cow.
He knows it. He knows his
cow. He also know Jeffro had that bad Suzuki down there too. That Zook was
Jeffro down there in Alabama. He had a bad Suzuki 1000 class, lightweight class, always been hard for us to compete with. But heavyweight, we at Kawasaki always been in the heavyweight class. So when you're talking about heavyweight, you're talking about the bigger CCs of the bikes, 1300, 1200. ZX12, take it to the dyno. You put them pound for pound, one by one, each other. The ZX12 out dyno the 99 Hayabusa and the 2000 Hayabusa all day long.
Hey, folks, we're gonna get off this, man, because I'm telling you, we can go back and forth on this all day. Lonnie, take over, man.
Hey, man, look here, I didn't ride the sport bike. I mean, I'm scared to say what I wanted to ride.
Oh man. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. But good stuff, folks. Good stuff. It don't matter what you ride. And that's another thing that we were talking about, because in our pre-production, we were talking about it, T. Back then, we were wanting to go fast. And
Yes,
now, the evolution has changed to the more touring style.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We want to tour, and we want to put some big wheels on the front and put some music in the saddlebags.
Right. So we've seen that. And JR, you came through during that time frame of when the Kawasaki's was running hard. And kind of tell us how you were growing up with Pops and when you were going out there washing the bikes and ready to ride, and then I said, well, okay, well, we're out of here.
Yeah, so growing up, it's my dad. I'm a junior, so like I want to be just like my dad, do what he do.
Right.
So I've been a Kawasaki fan from just off the strength of my dad, you know, and hearing the knowledge that he put out. So I've been a Kawasaki fan, and he's always had Kawasaki. He had other bikes, but his prone bikes were Kawasaki's. Whether he had it when he had a ZX10, ZX12, the ZX11, the ZX14 that he passed down to me. So it's always gonna be Kawasaki this way. And
Mr. Smith just brought up a good point that Honda Blackbird was a smoker.
It was cool too. They had nothing against that 12 though.
The Blackbird was a smoker. I give credit what credit is due, and they gave the ZX11 a run for its money, but it didn't last. Kawasaki was here to stay. It's let the good times roll. He's here to stay. It lasts. We go back to the drawing board and do what we got to do to get it right.
Ooh. Oh man, folks, we all off course, man. We had this day, man.
I told you. When I take you over there, when he talk about that, he get his time.
It's a wrap, bro.
You would ask some questions, something else. Because I'm telling you, when he gonna be cool. He ready.
You got to do your part, Lodge. You got to reel us back in, man. You got to reel us back in. But look, we're gonna start back from the top. Hold on, let me put this slide up. So okay, let's stop. Okay, T. So you were former military, right, T, senior?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you grew up in Macon, you joined the military. And you served in the military 20 plus years, retired, and then JR came along, and then he carried on the family tradition. So that's a double tradition that you have there, correct?
Right.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Good deal. So for folks, if you didn't know, if you're just tuning in, we have Marvin Thomas Sr. and Marvin Thomas Jr. on with us live tonight, sharing their journeys and experience with us, how it feels to be a first, second, and third generation rider. And we also done had a dialogue about Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, and everybody else. So if you missed that part, you have to go back and tune in.
You got to rewind. Just go rewind.
Because man, I'm telling you, I love this. So JR. Oh, go ahead, Elijah.
I was gonna start with senior. So we can reel back in, put that. Okay, all right. Because we're looking at you as I believe it was second generation. So what inspired you to start riding? Where did I'm talking to T senior? What inspired you to start riding? Then that you can pass it on down to junior there.
Okay, like I said, as an early age kid, you know, my uncles had motorcycles, and that inspired me to ride. And then growing up as a kid, we got in the family, we got mini bikes and Trail 70s motorcycles, and I just began to ride those at a early age. And as I grew up and grew older, the progression of the bikes, you know, you got to kick away the little mini bike, you got to kick away that little Trail 70 because it's too small now for you. So we kind of like moved up into dirt bikes. And then once I got back in my teens, my uncle, you know, he worked for the railroad, so he'd be gone. He'll let us ride the bike while he's gone. So we'll ride this KZ 400. It was a cruiser bike, but we would ride it, you know, while he was gone and stuff. So we grew up riding on the streets and riding down the road and having fun. And then once I reached the age of 18, he gave me a bike because he had progressed up to a Spectre 550 Kawasaki.
Okay.
Once I said Kawasaki, so Kawasaki been in my bloodline for a long time.
Right.
It was a 550 Spectrum made by Kawasaki, and I actually took that bike to Germany, rode it up and down the Autobahn, and would go back in those days. Speed on was kind of small on those cruiser type bikes. I think it might have had 100 on it, but rode that, and then I graduated from that until my first semi-cross rocket was a Kawasaki ZX10 and a Fort Touring ZX10. And from there, it just kept on. And every 3-4 years, I progressed into the next upward mobile fastest Kawasaki. I always wanted to have the fastest Kawasaki that was made. So the ZX11 came out, I got on it. ZX12 came out, I got on it. ZX14 came out, I got on it. If it would have came out with a ZX16, I would have got on it too. But so coming up through that, so somewhere around 98, Junior was born in 98 of January 2nd to be exact. I thought I was gonna have a New Year's baby, but they didn't want to do it on New Year's, so they did it the day after.
And when he says day, folks, I just want to fill y'all in. Junior's a twin.
Oh,
did you know?
I didn't say that last night.
I didn't say that last night.
I didn't. I ain't even talk. We were talking about motorcycles, and he got a twin sister.
Yeah, Junior's a twin. And,
I got 3 sisters, and one of them's a twin.
Okay. That's what's up. I like that.
Yep.
Only boy.
So, and actually, Junior might be. We said last night was like 3rd generation, but I think he might be 4th generation. And I say that because I have a sister that rides.
Okay.
And
right.
So I have a sister that rides, and she had a passion for riding too. And
so it's pretty much been a family tradition. That's a whole family tradition where the whole family riding. Am I correct?
Right. So, and I got sisters and cousins and things. Like I said, we get it in, and we done had some trips and stuff to Myrtle Beach and things like that, and fellowshipping and riding and things of that nature.
Now, but, you've been real big into Myrtle Beach. You introduced me to Myrtle Beach.
Yes, sir. Sir. For the listeners out there, you heard the Ksolo say I introduced him to Myrtle Beach, but I told you on the trip going, he beat me there, and I left him down there. So I don't know when he came back. I don't know when he slept because he rode 24/7. He was in heaven.
Oh man!
Wow. I don't. I probably already know this answer, so I'm gonna try to change it up some for Junior there. With Dad going through that long list of motorcycles, I don't have to really ask the question what inspired you, but as you was growing up, watching your dad wanting to ride, what was that the defined moment, if you can remember, as when you was young, defined moment to say, you know what, I'm gonna be just like him. I'm gonna ride just like Father.
I don't know exactly one like a defined moment because I've been on like 2 wheels at a young age, but I think a moment that stick out to me a lot, and I don't think I ever told my dad this. It'd be the first time I really say it. What stick out to me a lot is my dad was about to get ready for a ride, and matter of fact, he say he's a big cow man or whatever, but he actually rode. He was on a booster at the time, like I think it was his cousins or something like that booster at the time. He was going to ride, and was it? No, this back in Alabama.
Oh, Alabama.
I think it was cousin Bernard. His cousin Bernard booster. I wiped the bike down, taking off in a ride with him. He had to on the boosters they had the cow on the tail. It had a seat back there, but he took it off and put the cow on. Like maybe he about to see test fit, whatever. He put his leather jacket on. He said, "All right, so I'm gonna go." So I got sad, whatever. And I always watch my dad leave, go down the street. He got on it, and he looked back up at the house and he hit it, and the front wheel stood up a little bit. And I said, "Dang, I ain't never seen him do that before." And we had some neighbors like, yo, your daddy know how to ride. He riding that thing. They got so excited. And I say that to say this, seeing how excited they got of my dad being on a motorcycle, like what he could do and stuff like that, that right there just said, man, you know what? I want to ride real motorcycles. Because I was already riding dirt bikes, but now I want to be just like him. I want to hit it, make the front wheel come up. I want to go fast. I want to look good. But one thing about my dad, he always dressed nice when he get on the bike, have his biker apparel on and always make sure the bike was clean. I didn't really pick that up from him right now because my bike stay dirty, but and that right there, man, logic would probably be the moment where I really said, you know what, I really want to do what my dad do. When I just that look, doing that small wheelie going down the street, and my neighbors getting real excited about it and stuff. So I remember that moment like from the top of my head.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And what we have up here is that lineage of you passing it on from that little 70, that Trail 70 mini bike, on to the dirt bike, and then passing the ZX14 on to your son. Because no, actually, JR, you started off on a Harley. No, was it a Harley?
No, it was a Kawasaki 1976 Kawasaki KZ1000.
You gonna get in trouble, Ksolo. You gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
We gonna get him after this. We'll get him after this.
Hey, Ksolo, but I tell you something else that the torch ran over too, and we my mistake for not.
There it is, right there. There it is.
Well, there.
That's it.
I got him. See that? I want to test him. See, I got him.
So he also he picked up a niche, when he was a small child. Back in those days, I worked on a lot of motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on a lot of motorcycles. I didn't just work on them, I beautified them. I chromed them out. I gave them a different look.
Right.
And he was my number one tool passer.
I had to get it right because I had to get it right.
Back in those days, so he was a little kid, 5, 6, 7 years old. He was was watching and learning the trade. And to this day, he have picked up that trade, and then I let him talk about that when it's time for him to talk about that part. But I just we talk about passing the torch from riding, but also pass the torch on the mechanical side too.
Right. Yeah, he definitely did that. And Ksolo, I sure remember a blue Hayabusa being at the house. I'm just leave it like that. You can speak on it if you want to speak on it. Hey, look, you can speak on it if you want to speak on it. But I remember. I don't know who had a blue
with the big 240 on it.
With the 240 tire on that thing.
Oh man, yeah, I had old Bush with 240 on it now. But, oh man, I'm enjoying this tonight, folks.
Yes, sir. Yes.
One thing about Ksolo though, when he was in the crotch rocket area, whatever bike he had, he beautified it. He made that thing look good.
He waxed it down and washed it down.
Yeah, he had R1 too that was pretty.
Yeah,
pretty.
I'm still stuck on the yellow bike, but I ain't gonna talk about that.
I'm thinking I found a picture of that yellow banana. That yellow banana. That TL1000 yellow.
But see, people know about that TL1000 though, man.
Yes, sir.
That old V12.
He's a rumble.
But that's what got me interested in V-twins though, because that torque band on that thing was just so incredible.
Yes, sir.
We'd go up to Cheehaw Mountain, man. That thing would just keep pulling. It would just keep pulling.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we're gonna flow with it. It's definitely one of those things where Senior has talked about his family passing the torch on to him and his passion for it and how he got it, being that first, second generation, then passing that torch on to Junior. Now, Junior got that passion. And Junior's talking about how when he would see the bikes in the front yard, how he became his dad tool man and how he had to get right. Because out of that, JR, you ended up going to school to be a certified technician. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where'd you go?
I went to MMI, Motorcycle Mechanics Institute in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, and who did you meet down there? Did you meet somebody down there?
Well, I met him after school, but I met T-Funk.
Okay.
With Tyrone Cox down after I got a job working down in Sarasota.
I know, man. I'm trying to bring it out of you, but yeah, T-Funk, man, great guy. Love him to death. My brother, man, down there in Florida. He's always reached out to us, and he's always inspiring me, man. He's always inspiring me. And to be truth and honest, man, he's giving me one of my most inspirational pieces of apparel. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I thank him.
He says something that actually transcends from our last show. He said he went to school to become a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know did y'all see the last show when our last guest said everybody should understand the difference between a technician and a mechanic. and he says a lot of people in there are technicians, but when you get a mechanic, and that was, there's mechanics in this family right here. So I like that. When you said that, I was like, I remembered that,
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, man. What in the world we got here? Look at here, folks.
Woo!
Who done snuck in here? Look at who done snuck in here, man. How did you get the link, man? How'd you get the link? Most hated.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man Kodak, the most hated. Coming to you live in the Cigar Rides. I got to jump on real quick and talk to you about these two gentlemen.
Go ahead, bro.
I met Junior. Down here at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and we took a liking to each other because he's a paratrooper. And jump masters and paratroopers go hand in hand. All the way. Then I found out that he rode motorcycles, and I believe he was the president of the Fayetteville chapter of the biker unit. So we had a lot in common right off the rip rap. So we started riding. Say it again.
I was telling them Kodak really first met me when I worked at Cycle Gear, and I had to fix his cardo and his helmet.
Oh yeah, that I got that same cardo on the helmet right now. I use that more than I use my new one. But me and Junior started riding around, hanging out together in Fayetteville, and we became close because he liked riding and I liked riding. He liked talking shit, so all is well.
Yeah.
One day, my wife and I was coming from one of her birthday rides, and she had a flat tire. And we pulled over into the dealership in Florence. That dealership was called Black Jack or Black Cat, whatever it is. That's when he introduced me to his dad, and me and his dad hit it off because we had so much in common. We was never stationed at the same time, but we was always in the same place following each other. I was at Fort McCullough, he was at Fort McCullough, I was at Bragg, so far and so on. We kept following each other. So immediately we became friends. I got his phone number and we started chopping it up. Lo and behold, about a year ago, my wife's mom got sick and they lived in Albany. So when we went out there in Albany, Georgia, T and his beautiful wife said, hey, you know what? You guys gonna be out here for a while because she was getting to the sick where we had to come out there to Albany back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Hotel bill was killing us. Every week, hotel bill killing us. T and his beautiful wife said, I tell you what, I got a trailer in the back. I got a motorhome in the back. You guys can stay back there free of charge as long as you want to. That happened at the best time in my life because my wife was at the lowest of the low. Even though we had family in Albany, she wanted to be by herself. Yeah. So whenever we took care of the business, I brought her back in the backyard, put her in a motorhome. I sat back in the back, smoked a cigar. He would come out every once in a while, check on me, make sure everything was good. We'd chop it up. and the rest is history. So you can't tell me nothing bad about them two individuals there, Marvin T and Lil T. And the last thing I'm gonna say is the best compliment I've had in a mighty long time is when Little Junior looked at me and said, "You know, you remind me of your dad. You remind me of my dad." I said, "Why is that?" I said, "'Cause you old and you act like my dad. You can't get no better than that." Because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be old and I'm supposed to remind you of your dad. You know
That's
what it is.
That's right. That's right. Oh man. Hey, look, I'm ready to unplug you, man. How did you get in the green room anyway? Ladies and gentlemen, Kodak, aka Most Hated. If you're not
Hey,
on the Chitlin circuit, you better find out where it's at.
What's the Chitlin circuit?
Y'all be good. Take care.
All right.
All right, Kodak.
All right, Kodak.
Oh man.
Did you see the look on T's face when he came in?
Yeah, man. That's what
I wasn't expecting that. Y'all ain't tell us about
that. Hey man, we do our homework. We do our homework. Yeah, man. If you tell us a story, we're gonna find out if it's the truth.
We're gonna dig the story up.
We gonna dig it. Hey man, you know, it's one of those things where Kodak said, you told him you reminded me of my dad. Now that's something special to say to an individual because you hold your dad in such high regards to even compare or even to sit there and say somebody reminds you of your father. Those are good trait, good characteristics. It says a lot about you too, JR. You know, so my hat off to you, man. Kodak, thank you for calling in and sharing that moment with us. Ladies and gentlemen, when we found out we were doing this show, we wanted to bring you a little bit something different. We want to just do something different. And this was one of the greatest things we probably could do, have someone come in and share a story about these two individuals, truly stand up, truly about their word, truly professional. And it's so much professional. T, you actually co-host a talk show, am I correct? That talks about protocol and education in the culture. Am I correct?
That's correct. Every Tuesday night, we co-host a show called Block Talk, and been co-hosting on that show over 10 years now. And and we on every Tuesday at 8 Eastern time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, every Tuesday. And we talk about different protocols, different things in the MC community, as well as the social club. And, you know, and all over the country, we talk about truck clubs, car clubs, things of that nature, you know. So, and tomorrow night we got an open mic, so listeners get a chance to bring their own topic or ask a question. And on the average, we have anywhere between 500 to 900 listeners on each Tuesday.
That's right. And folks, that says a lot. Now, JR, I know you are now the vice president of Viper Unit, correct?
Yes,
that
sir.
Information, that knowledge, it was passed on to you. You pretty much got it hands-on. Am I correct?
Oh yeah.
So I've actually attended one of your annual events. That was your annual. I think it was an annual event that y'all had down there, and it's very professional. Your members, everybody was very professional, man. And so my hat off, salute to you. It says a lot about an organization, about how they ran, about the leadership, about how the members engage visitors to their organization. And my hat off, man. And T, I'm gonna go back to your time in the culture. Now you've been the voice of the coalition for a while. You recently retired from that position. Am I correct?
Yes, I retired from the coalition as well as being the president. I was the president of Viper Unit Motorcycle Club for approximately about 15 years. Just want to go back and recap something for Junior. Is that Junior, you know, just the way he said he was brought up and he came up as a child into the motorcycle and things of that nature. What I did as a parent, because I was a single parent for a long time and had custody of my kids, so I introduced them and brought them into the club and showed them about giving and giving back to the community and things of that nature. And the club also, during that time frame, we developed a junior Viper.
Okay.
So this is not his first rodeo as being in the club per se, because as a junior Viper, he was a leader. He was a president of the junior Vipers. And so they kind of like moved behind her in steps and did their own thing and giving and learning and structure about motorcycle clubbing and things of that nature at a young age.
That is pretty impressive. Junior Viper. Yeah,
it's still poisonous. I mean,
yeah, like I said, with a lot of the club members had young kids. They all grown now, but back then, 10, 15 years ago, you imagine 19 years old, so we're talking about in 2007, 8, 9, that time frame, Junior was about 9, 10 years old, and had other club members that had kids around about the same age, so some of them grew up and now ride motorcycle. Matter of fact, one of the founders, Marvin Jones, his son, Marvin, he's a junior too.
Okay.
And him and Lil T.
Oh, Marvin.
Lil T is his best friend, and they now paving the highway a lot too, because I'm getting older, so I don't know how much longer I want to keep paving the way I do, but I'm passing, like I said, passing the torch. Hey, why they beat up the highway? What they said? What is that? What the acronym they use? OTMMG or something.
OTMFG.
Hey, that's T-Folk down there in Florida. OT.
Got that for T-Folk, yeah.
Love you, T-Folk.
So I got a question for Senior. Talk about the whole lot of torches. I mean, that torch you're passing down to your son and to the rest of your family is not a little flicker, it's a big flame. So as he was coming and matriculating up into the MC, how did it feel when you saw your son? I know you wasn't just easy on him because you want him to learn something, but how did it see and feel inside you, knowing that, okay, my son is going to come up and one day he may just take my place? How did it feel watching him come through the prospect period and all those steps that he had to take?
Well, it felt good watching him come up through the prospect period and all the steps he had to make. But at the same time, and I just mentioned that I kind of included my kids in the lives of travel. Just like this month here, November, we got Thanksgiving giveaway coming up. The Junior Vipers, they was part of that. Or my kids were always part of that too, in going out in the community, giving out Thanksgiving basket, turkeys, canned good baskets, and Christmas giveaways and things like that. So he was already pretty much. He was just in his mind. He was just waiting on age. He was waiting on age because he wasn't at that age factor. So it felt good, and it felt good. And you saw Kodak. Most hated said he met him in Fayetteville. So we have 3 other chapters out there, and he's the founder of the first chapter that we ever started. Outside the mother chapter. So he actually, made me, not only me, but the mother chapter proud too, that see a past member move on in the future and starting a new chapter of Viper Union.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. What you got, Solo?
Oh man, I'm just sitting here, kick back and enjoying it. I know the story, but to hear it, is different. Because
it's just man, it's so many questions. Like from T Junior's perspective, when I'm pulling all this stuff from my father, and I'm matriculating through this. I've been in the what you call them, the Junior Vipers, and my age is going to get me into the big Vipers. I'm doing all this. And I know you've learned a lot of stuff from Dad. What was the biggest lesson? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Your biggest lesson.
Okay. Go ahead and let me get the biggest blessing. But I got a story that I need Lil T to share with you guys. I need you or Logic to ask him what day when he's on a motorcycle that he was trembling in his pants.
Oh, we didn't talk about that now. We didn't talk about that right now. So you might well go ahead on. Hold on. What moment had you trembling in your pants, Junior? Because we want to know.
I need real cool.
Listen, it's his fault. So he told y'all yesterday when we rolled down to Tallahassee the first time we ride in town, that's like at 15, 14 years old or whatever. So on the way back, we got caught in a roadblock. I didn't have no license, no permit, nothing like that. I didn't have nothing. Riding dirty. So we get up there. He first. He give him his motorcycle license and credentials, whatever. Okay, good, whatever. It's a group of us. I get up there. I ain't tell the officer I ain't have nothing. I pulled out my learner's permit. He said, "It's a learner's permit." I said, "Okay." So I pull out my no, it was my military ID from him because them being the military, we had the old brown military car. I pulled it out. He said, "This is a military ID." I said, "Well, I don't know." I started shaking. I started stuttering. He told me to pull up to the side. I said, "Oh man." I look at my dad. I'm about to start crying and stuff. He talking about what's wrong. What's wrong? You know. So I'm shaking. He come back there, and I was explaining to him like, "Hey, you don't have a valid license, and but in Alabama, if you have a permit, you can do that." Right. So my dad told him, he from Alabama. This blah, blah, blah. Well, this ain't Alabama. And then we had a club following us in the van, and some of our club members offered, I can ride a bike, I got a valid driver's license, whatever. The funniest thing, my dad's like, "Officer, I'm telling you something right now. My son is probably one of the best riders we have, and I'd rather have him on the motorcycle than one of those persons in the van." Right? They don't let us go. They let us go. But man, that whole ride home, man, I was quiet. I was trembling, and he talking about what's wrong. Like he didn't know. He knew what was wrong. You told me I could ride.
Wait a minute. I could just see that. Oh, we're gonna let you got some other people here that got a license. Wait a minute, officer. Wait a minute now.
I know
he may not have a license, but I'd rather for him to ride this bike.
I'd rather for him to ride than the person in the van too. That's what I'm talking about right there. If but you got it. You got it from your father, man. He had that trust in you, and all it was a test. That's probably all it was. And by him speaking up for you, that officer probably felt that love, that care and concern to let you go. You know what I'm saying? To let you go. So that was a valuable lesson. Now, we have had some ups and downs on this motorcycle thing, man. And this next one is serious, folks. JR, you know what I'm about to bring up now. This was a time that scared us all, you know. Tell us what happened, man. What happened this night that this happened? The moment it all goes wrong.
I'm gonna fast forward to some.
Now, hold that thought, because I have to do this first, because the way we got it, Senior got it first. So, Senior, lead us into what happened with this.
Okay, that night, I think it was on a Friday night. Friday night, and got a call from one of his fellow soldiers that was at Fort Bragg that had PCS the career, and so I call. We recognized the call. Then I finally got, yeah, this Sergeant, what's his
Goldwire.
Goldwire.
He was my black hat instructor, my airborne instructor.
So he said, I'm on this Life 360 and with Marvin, and his phone just pinged my phone saying he had a certain stop or something. But usually he said that usually means that either the phone dropped and he had a hard hit, or he might possibly have an accident. I said, oh my. So I immediately started trying to call Lil T, but I didn't get any answer on his phone. And so he then texted me exact location and everything. So that if you don't have 360, that's somebody suggested everybody might want to get if you ride a motorcycle, you know, that where it ping somebody in the event that you should have to have a crash and it's nobody there with you or something. But so I immediately, once I got the address and location where he was over on Meredith, I jumped in my truck, me and my wife, and we blazed on over there, you know, and got there to the scene. They had already loaded Lil T up in the ambulance, but it hadn't left yet. And but it was blue lights everywhere, like Christmas time over there. And I immediately ran, and my wife was with me too. And so the ambulance finna get ready to pull off. So we stopped the ambulance from pulling off so we could at least go in the back there inside of the ambulance. And she went in and checked on him and said, hey, he's good. He's breathing. He's not hurt too bad, but he's in pain. He got a broken leg or something, and his face was bleeding from his face, you know. So I had a little sign of relief right there, you know. So, but I still had to get to the hospital there and put my eyes on him again and see what was going on. Yeah. I'm actually the one that took that picture that you got up right there. Okay. You know. So I let little T take it from here, but I just thank the Lord, the good man is still upstairs that he spared little T, because just getting there and looking at that and not putting eyes on him immediately, you know, it wasn't a good feeling in my heart and in me. So, you know, so he's a living testimony. And there's been other video clips and things of that. You know, he had a passenger, and the passenger, you know, went airborne, and in that video, you see she landing 30 feet away from the collision point. You know, there was a sign. You know, the signs on the street that said Meredith or Martin Luther King Drive or whatever, the signs on the street.
Right.
Lil T took that sign out. He making that sign up in all about 20 different shapes.
Wow.
And
all muscles, man. I can't sell up.
So probably that picture you got on the right there where you see the white car, if you blow it up, you might see that sign bent all up like a Z.
Wow.
But he's a living testimony.
Yes, he is.
Right. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
JR, if you would, nephew, go ahead and kind of like, you know, that moment that all goes wrong. I mean, we talked about it, but like you said, like Pop said, you're a living testimony to it. So, you know, we definitely want to hear your perspective of what happened. Share that moment with us, because, you know, to be a father, to have your father come there, for you to look up and see your father, you know, eyes and say, Dad, you know, I was doing everything right, or Dad, I didn't do something right, or Dad, this was a moment, you know. Share that with us.
I honestly, leading up to the crash, a friend of mine I went to school with, never been on a motorcycle before. I hate this was her first experience being on a motorcycle, but you know, things happen. Supposed to be a little innocent ride. She just wanted to go up and down the street. And that's what I did. I went up the street, came back, came to an intersection where the light was green. The car was in the turning lane on the oncoming traffic, and honestly, I don't know if the car was just looking at his phone, was looking at whatever, but all I remember is riding and about to cross through the intersection, and he just takes off. And I couldn't do anything because how close he was. Like, because if you look at it, I didn't T-bone the car on the passenger side and like that. It's like I almost hit the car head on. And it wasn't much room for reaction as far as to do anything. I couldn't really lay the bike down because how fast it happened. I couldn't go to the other side of the car because there was oncoming traffic. I couldn't go to the right because there's a curb and Taco Bell there. Like, I didn't have many options. And I remember just holding on. I see the car coming. I tried to lean it as hard as I could. And honestly, if I could have leaned it a little bit more, I probably could have missed it. Because like I said, if you look at the picture there, I hit the front of the car. Right. It saved us from hitting directly T-bone to the car, you know. And I wasn't speeding. A lot of people know me for, like, you know, speeding or doing wheelies and stuff like that. But I wasn't speeding because Life 360 tracked my tracked my speed. I think the highest rated speed that night I got up to was like 47 miles an hour. And speed limit is 45. Right. And that just happens that's the name of the game. You know, you ride and you know that there's a chance of you possibly wrecking and stuff like that. But I didn't think no one does. I didn't think that would happen to me. That night was just a normal night. I was with my dad earlier. I went back to my part-time job, got off, went to hang out with some friends, like a normal night.
Right. And
it just a split second it changed. And honestly, when I woke up, I didn't know where I was at. I didn't know. I don't remember being in the ambulance. I don't remember riding the ambulance. I do remember waking up in the hospital triage room or whatever, and I'm in so much pain, and I don't know where I'm at. Like, I got this neck brace on, and I don't know where I'm at, and I hear doctors scrambling around, like, you know, making I hear things, and something tell me open my eyes. I opened my eyes. My dad just sitting there. He's just grinning like this. You all right? You all right?
That's that father-son love right there.
That's encouragement right there.
But I was really happy to see my dad because I remember asking where my dad was. Someone I got to tell my dad because first thing something happened, I got to call my dad, no matter what it is. And I remember just seeing him right there just reassured me that I was going to be all right. It was painful, but I was going to be okay.
Right.
Well, I can say that even me, I know Ksolo, y'all are family, and me just meeting y'all just now, I bless God that
Logic. You're having audio difficulties. Your audio is cracking pretty bad there, sir.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Is that any better?
No.
That's not better?
No, that's not better.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, gotcha. So what we want to do now is, folks, is just kind of catch everybody up on what we're looking at right now. Junior JR had an accident. Now, not to his fault, not to his on his behalf, but it's one of those unfortunate things. And what I want to just address is T Senior, that moment, that feeling when you arrived on scene and you laid eyes on your son, and you heard the paramedic, you heard the ambulance driver say he's going to be okay, but he's in pain. The moment that flashed through your mind, did you do everything right? Did you do everything right? Did you train him right? Did you prepare him right? Did you talk to him about potentially this happening? What went through your mind when that happened?
Well, I guess what mainly went through my mind was that the sign of getting a phone call and seeing that it had possibly been an accident,
right?
And not knowing. Then when I get there, I mean, it had to be streets blocked off, lights everywhere. I had to park like probably about 50 feet from the accident just to get down there to it and jump running down there. So what really gave me the world of comfort, because the ambulance was getting ready to pull off, and they were able to let my wife go in there and have a look in there and say a prayer for him and everything. And she came back out and said he's hurt, but he's all right. He's conscious. He's not unconscious or anything. So that was a great sign of relief. Because my relief pulling up there and getting to that point, you can imagine what was the adrenaline pumping. My heart beating, about to beat out my shirt because don't know what to expect once I do get to that side. Because well as I know, we have had friends that rode that didn't recover from accidents.
Yes,
and
yes, we have.
So that's the thing. And then just to look at that motorcycle and see it's ripped to pieces and burnt and stuff, and so it's a whole lot of things going through my mind before I got there, and but I just thank the good man upstairs, and I can't stop thanking him for just sparing him, and looking out for him. And I know now, I never had an accident of that magnitude, but I can imagine that little T probably still have dreams and things of that. But that would make him draws him closer to the cross and say, hey, thank you. I was able to come through that. Maybe not 100% recovered, but I came through enough where I still can enjoy my passion for riding, and I'm still here to ride if I choose to ride.
Yes. True testament. Logic, are you back with us?
I'm plugged it back in.
You're good.
Sounds good.
Yes,
well,
sir.
he T already answered my question, because I was just going to lean. I was going to first thank God. I tell you, I thank God that you're here, Dad, that you was there with him. And my question was that you already answered. How does faith bring you closer, not only together, but bring you closer? How does it play in your your biking, your in your MC and riding. And you've already answered that, but I just wanted to say what the question was. You know, you said look, we just thank God that you were there and that God restored him back to this this level so that he can ride again. So that's what I was gonna say or ask.
Yeah, you know, that's something we do as bikers, as well. You're a biker or you're in a club or whatever. We say a prayer before you get on your motorcycle.
Absolutely,
that's right. Ask the good man upstairs for safe passage, safe travel to where we're going, and safe travel on our return.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna shift gears. Go ahead, Gerald.
I thought he was gonna say it, but he didn't say it too. Also, I picked up from my dad what he does every year for our anniversary. We have the CMA, Christian Motorcycle Association.
Yes.
They come every year for our anniversary, and we get our members or whoever else that's there at the time too. They want to. We do a bike, get our bikes blessed.
That's what's up.
That's something we've been doing it for years now, and I think that's big too. You know, we got the stickers on our bike and said our bike's been blessed this year, and like he said, just praying before you get on the bike, while you're on the bike, and even after you get off the bike.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh man, this is folks. We had it all planned out. We had it laid out, man. But this has been good.
It has. My goodness,
how we wanted it. But before we go though, I have to ask this question: what between you two, what has been your most memorable ride together as a father-son, as club members? Just in general, what has been one of your most memorable rides together besides the ticket in the early years? No, you didn't get no ticket, but the stop. I mean, just a good long journey together.
I would say the most memorable ride is the ride to Baltimore, Maryland, which was about 900 miles from here, and that was a ride there. It's a journey there and a journey back. You know, it's. I would say that's one of the most memorable rides because it was a long journey. That was about a 13-hour hike, that we did. That's what I said is the most memorable one. And the most creative ride was that he was in airborne school. And so I loaded up my bike and his bike and I went up to Fort Benning, which is Fort Moore now, and picked him up from airborne school, and we rode to Anderson, Alabama to a roll call event. Got out there, spent about 3-4 hours and stuff, and then we had to get him back. I had to get him back by 9. I think it was 8:30, 9 o'clock. He was back to airborne school, but he just anything to ride, he down for it, So we made that happen, but he might have some other memorable rides or something there, but I let Lil T Junior, you said JR.
JR nephew. Oh man.
Just to add on to that, like that was those are my memorable rides too, I would say. But anytime I get a chance to ride with my dad, it's memorable. I always record. I always take pictures, always capture the moments because as they say, your parents won't be here forever, and I like to cherish the moments that I do have with my dad, and it's always fun riding with him because every time I pull that camera out, he get his signature pose. What's his signature pose? He get his signature pose and throw it out there, and he start dancing and stuff like that. We get our whistle, we blow the whistle while riding, stuff like that. Man, we have a good time, and it's just a great feeling overall. Just a great feeling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's just awesome. I love it.
I'm out of questions, Logic. I'm out of questions, man. I'm out of questions. Yeah.
Y'all earlier too. I meant to say it too. You say you met Traveling Tall.
Yes.
So I met Traveling Tall on numerous occasions. The first time he came into Cycle Gear in Fayetteville, I think he got family in Fayetteville. He came to Cycle Gear, met him there, and then his hometown where he lives in Knoxville, Tennessee, I had to go open up JP Cycles. When I worked for Cycle Gear, we opened up a JP Cycles and Pigeon Fords, and he came up there and we chopped it up then. And I actually know Traveling Tall as well too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice. Yeah. He was.
Yeah, man. I already closed
guy,
my
man.
my
He was. He didn't know. Say again, Logic.
No, you're talking about you out of questions. I said I already closed
again?
my document down.
I know, man. I know. We were all off script tonight. We was all off everywhere, man. But it's great though, and that's how we like to do it when we get. And this is a first. This is a first for us, you know, a father-son team in the same club, and you know we try to capture and bring and share on our platform the unsung riders out there, man, that's doing great stuff. Not only riding, but stuff in the community. Staying with the cultural, the tradition of motorcycle riding, you know, just like we had Mr. Rufus on. That's what we want, the quality of interviews, the quality of people that we want to bring on this platform. And like I say, when it popped in my mind, I couldn't think of no other two but you two to bring on. I mean, I really appreciate you coming on this evening and sharing your stories, your journeys, your passion.
Yes.
Folks, if you ever down in the Albany area, look up Viper Unit MC, Marvin Thomas Sr., Marvin Thomas Jr. Great people. You heard it straight from the most hated himself.
Well, Ksolo and Logic, I want to appreciate the opportunity too to be a part of this great podcast that you two gentlemen has got started. And for you, Ksolo, I want you to say, keep doing what you're doing. Keep being a great inspiration, inspiring us to ride a little bit more, do a little thing on those tools. I've been following you and watching you for many years now, and I just one day I have that strength to knock out 100,000 miles every year. But keep doing it, you know. And it's an awesome journey. And you put out some awesome things out there. You're doing a lot of awesome things out there too. And this is just one of them to add to your riding experience, and to you both and Logic, you know, great things. And I see this moving on and becoming greater and greater as you continue to do this.
Yeah.
So don't stop it now. Stop it now. So that means you got to keep it on going now.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Got to keep it going, you know. So
yes, sir.
You carry a laptop with you on the scooter, you know.
We already got it planned. We already got it in the workings, man.
Right.
We have it in we have it in the workings. Logic's gonna be right there with me, man. We got it in the workings. So we're looking at doing great things, and folks, and I refer to T as my big brother, my true big brother, because that's how I look at him. No matter what I accomplish, no matter what I achieve, I know I wouldn't be here right now today if it wasn't for him. And I'll put that on anything, anybody, any amount of money, any stack of Bibles, whatever the case may be. If it wasn't for Senior sitting right there right now, I would not be here where I'm at. So, sir, I am forever indebted into you. When I call you my brother, I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Hey, same here, baby. Same here, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. JR.
I just want to say thank y'all too for having me on. It's always a pleasure talking to you, Ksolo. You know, I always randomly call you when I'm on my rides, or you might be riding or something like that. And Logic, it's always a pleasure meeting you. We're gonna stay in touch. Also, one last thing I didn't share. Being like my dad said, he worked on bikes. I actually started my own motorcycle shop here too. I have a motorcycle shop here in Albany, Georgia, where I work on motorcycles and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things that I picked up and I kept moving forward. And gentlemen, just keep doing what you guys are doing, keep riding. And then for the viewers, when y'all see Ksolo, ask him what a trophy means, because Ksolo's a trophy. Me and him had this conversation, and he a trophy. Logic one too, and I say my dad's one as well. But I'm not going to explain what it means. I want whenever y'all out riding, hey, what little T mean by you a trophy or he a trophy? I'm telling you, because I'm experiencing it. So wherever y'all see Ksolo out. Ksolo, ask him what I meant by him being a trophy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Now
yes,
y'all
sir.
listen to Junior now. He didn't say but Robbie don't know.
Hey, it's just some things, man, we just gonna take with us.
That's what
But
I
hey,
love it. I love it. I love it.
Gentlemen, we truly appreciate you coming on tonight. We definitely inspired by your story, by your legacy, by your continuing contribution to the culture. And please stay safe. We look forward to seeing you guys on the road. We will be at the Prop next year, so we'll be down in Georgia. Am I correct?
That's right. 2025, be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'll be there.
I know you will. As a matter of fact, we was in no. Was it the Proc or the Men and Women Who Love to Ride when we was in Norfolk? We took that picture.
We was at the Proc. Was in Norfolk, Virginia. That been about 10 years ago.
Yep.
We was at the Proc. We said that at the bar. That's before all that other stuff came.
Hey, man, I gotta put that picture back up. This picture right here. You see that picture right there? We both looking young then. T didn't have no beard, no mustache, no nothing right there.
Where you at?
Huh?
You in that picture?
That's
the bottom right. The bottom right.
Right here.
Oh, down the bottom right? Oh, okay.
Bottom right. I had to sneak that one in. And look, we didn't talk about the drag racing. We didn't talk about the Brock's performance. We didn't get all into that. But that's gonna be for another story. That's gonna be our performance edition. We're gonna do a show on performance.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. We want to thank y'all for coming on. We'll definitely be reaching out, touching bases with you. I'm gonna need to get some more information. But y'all take care. God bless. Love you both.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
Who you with?
They gotta love it. Hyper unit, baby. Hyper unit.
Hey, you know what it is?
I already know. All right.
One last comment. We'll be celebrating our 18th year anniversary. Second weekend in March. 18th anniversary. Flyers already out there.
Everybody's welcome.
All right.
I love
it.
Everybody welcome. Ksolo my college.
I might even be there.
Appreciate it.
So hot. All right, y'all take care.
All right, take care.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
And you talking about going off script. You talking about
we still had a great time.
We still had a great time. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes,
they did a lot of talking, and that's great. They explained who they were and what it meant to, especially Junior, what it meant to look up to his father, man. I love that. I love that, man. I love that.
And that's what I wanted to capture that moment, man, because, some people, first generation, second generation, third generation, people don't hear about it. People don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Songwriters out there, man. And that's what it's all about. We did a great job tonight. We did a great thing for the culture tonight. You know that?
Yes, sir.
Because I know there's a lot of people out there. That's right. Let's take a couple of questions. Anybody got any questions? Pop a question in there right quick before we get off. We got about 2 or 3 more minutes.
Anybody got?
Did we skip any questions?
We didn't have any questions.
Once again, it's men's
mental health month.
Mental health month. Mental health month. Men's wellness.
I put mental health on my page.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to post say men's mental health awareness month.
That's right, man. Take care of yourself.
Yes, sir. We got to. We have to.
Protect yourself. Take care of yourself. Go get checked up, man. With all this long distance riding thing we're doing, and I keep saying thing, and every time I say long distance riding thing, I always think of M1. Because when I interviewed M1, M1 said, this riding thing about solo. And he kind of looked at me like, you're right. It's not a thing. But it's a lifestyle. Right. That's what it is. It's a lifestyle. This long distance riding lifestyle that we partake in.
Yes, sir.
That we are part of.
Yes, sir.
There are certain factors that come with it, and I know Sarge is going to be doing a talk with Nurse Tiffany on his show.
Okay.
And tune in, folks. Tune in to Sarge's show, Iron Elite podcast. They're going to have some talk about some men's health and females too. And and kind of prepare yourself and look out for yourself, because we all want to be here for a long time.
Yes,
We want to
sir.
be here for
Yes,
a long
sir.
time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Like for a question, you want to take that question?
What was it? I have a younger son just graduating MD school next year, but wants a faster sport bike. What advice would you tell him? You go ahead and answer. I never had a sport bike, man.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Get a cruiser. Get a cruiser. Get a cruiser. I mean, if I can look back now and tell a younger me something, I would say go ahead on and get you a cruiser bike, something that you can enjoy, something that you can ride for a long time, because the risk is not as high. The risk is still there, but it's not as high. Is that tendency?
Right.
You want to go faster. Yes, nephew. I see Kawasaki. But just be safe about it. You know what I'm saying? And know the risk before you go on into it, because what I would tell anybody, before you go buy any type of bike, do your homework, do your research, and look what could potentially happen to you. JR was on a cruiser when it happened to him, but at the same time, higher speeds, more damage. I know people that work in the ER have a name for us, and I'm not going to not say anything to us, but when we come in, they already know that it's not going to be good, because
it's not going to be good.
The high impact.
Right. And let them know, don't get a bike because your friends got a certain bike.
Right.
Get the bike that fits you.
Right.
Get the bike that fits you. If your friend like going 200 miles an hour and you're not a 200 mile an hour person, get you a cruiser anyway.
Let's take one more question. Somebody post a question out there.
I don't see a question. I didn't see any questions. No, sir.
But I got a question though. Sir. Y'all got an event coming up on the 16th, don't you?
On the 16th of November. 16th, y'all don't get me started talking about outreach. The 16th of November, Austin Street Center, downtown Dallas, Texas. Our church, Solomon's Porch Church, we're going to be loving and serving God's children. 500 meals going to be served on the 16th. If you're going to be here, we have everybody here at 5:00. We start serving at 6 p.m. If you have never serve in that capacity, find you somewhere so that you can serve someone that is less fortunate than you are. It'll warm your heart. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what we're all about on this podcast, man.
Oh yes. Somebody asked me a while back, said, well, your church's been around for a while. How many meals have you served? I said, if I calculate it, and I can calculate real good because I keep number, I said, we done served over 500,000 meals in the 15 years of being a church. And that's outreach. Doesn't include in-reach. That's outreach. Right. So yeah, that's what I'm about, man. We love and we serve.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. We greatly appreciate it. The only thing we're going to ask before we get off of here, help us achieve our goals of 10,000 subscribers. That's what we're trying to do. Share, 25 share. Hashtag share 25. That's going to be one of my new mottos.
Yeah, we got
share 25. 25 shares. Help us push our podcast out there. Logic and I, Ryder McKay Ksolo The Podcast with Logic. We truly appreciate you for supporting us, and for everybody that's coming on. We got people coming on. It's like after every show, people hear about it, and the numbers just start creeping up, and we love it. And we love it. We love it. That means we're getting out there. That means we're putting out good content. People sit there and say, well, I could listen to them. I could hear them. I can tolerate their tone.
I can tolerate their tone.
I can tolerate their tone. That's right, Bolo. Hashtag share 25. That's going to be our new thing, because we're going to reach that goal of 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers. Hey, folks, the swag is in. I am rocking the hat. This hat is meant so that the bib is turned up. Biker style is coming out. It's out. The prices will be posted. The stickers are out. The shirts are out. We have the short sleeve shirts. The long sleeve shirts are coming. The hoodies are coming. I'm always rocking my hoodie. I take it off and wash this joke. I go down and cut grass, plant seeds, fertilizer in my hoodie. See me walk around, I got my hoodie on. And I love my hoodie. I'm like Lionel off the Peanut Gallery there. So listen, folks, once we post it up, blow it up. Everybody, blow it up, share it, blow it up. Get you some merch. SRO should get you some merch, and let's get this brand out there, man. Ride 'em at Ksolo The Podcast with Logic. We truly appreciate you.
I am Logic,
and I am Ksolo. And look, we're not gonna leave tonight without saying it, because why, Logic? If you aspire to inspire, you will definitely be legendary. Logic.
Hey, this is your boy Logic. Ride hard, ride safe, and always ride on faith. And keep it logical.
All right, we're out of here. Peace.